Hey, hey YouTube RPG community and brigade, Rhaegar here again for another video. Still got my drink, still ill, but while my voice is holding out, I will do another video because there is something I want to talk about, completely separate to everything I talked about before, something new. And this came up when I was designing my character with my GM for the Dresden game. Something interesting, the way we collaborated on it and we created it, and I'll talk a whole bit about that, but I don't want to say too much about it right now because I want to give it its own video when the time is right and if he's okay with me talking about it. But essentially, what I want to talk about is this sort of concept. When you guys create your character, take a minute to think about this before you respond. When you guys create your characters, right, do you plan out ahead of time where they're going to go? Like, I'm not talking about mechanically, I'm talking about their motivations and goals. Like, when you create a character, do you think right, I've made this character and he has these motivations and he is going to try and achieve this thing. You know, he has this goal, he's going to go from here to here in a sense of, you know, this is where he is, that's where he wants to be, and he's going to do this thing. This has nothing to do with, like, you know, leveling up. This is like story wise, you know, he wants to achieve something. Do you think like that? Do you guys plan ahead, right? He has this thing in the game, he has to accomplish this thing, and that means he has done the thing, and then through that he explores the world, meets friends, groups, adventures, kills, such and such like, right? Or do you create a character and he is as he is there, like you create a character and that's how he is at that point when the story begins, that's who he is, what he's about, and then whatever happens after that is just how things develop. You don't have any, you know, long term agenda essentially for your character. So what I'm saying is, once you begin play, you know, anything can happen. You know, you're exploring that character's sort of personality and seeing where it takes you, rather than saying, right, I have this thing that he needs to do or she needs to do before the game ends or before he dies. Hopefully, doesn't die too soon, right? So that's the thing I want to talk about. Where do you guys stand on that? Do you do both? Do you not even think about that? Do you just create a character and then you'll make it up as you go along, or, you know, let me know what you think. 'Cause I think that's an interesting thing, because when I made my Dresden character, I knew at the start what kind of character he's going to be, and I knew where I kind of wanted him to go, but I was sort of like, do I take him that way? I mean, he's got two choices, basically. The character can either take revenge for what's happened to him, or he can try and build a new life for himself, essentially, and try and not get corrupted by the powers he's involved in, okay? And, you know, I was thinking interesting, I was like, does that mean, you know, does that mean I've set him on a path that I can't change? That's what I was sort of considering, or have I just set out the initial sort of direction and it could completely change depending on how things go? So I was like thinking about that. I was like, that'd be an interesting discussion. So here I am, guys, bringing it to you. So let me know what you think, guys. Until next time.